to have all of our Park Terrace friends all together in the same room to celebrate our Scholars of the Month. Now, this month, I know that all of you have been working with your classes and your teachers to learn all about the 3 B's. Who can raise a quiet hand and tell me what one of the 3 B's is? Can you tell me one of the 3 B's? What is it? Be safe. Being safe is one of our 3 B's. Who can tell me another one of the 3 B's? Be respectful. That is another one. And there's one more. It's actually the one I really wanted to talk about a lot today. Maybe we can all say it together. Can we all say it together? Be responsible. That's right. Now, I know this month in September, we have been focusing a lot on being responsible scholars. And so I know that you're experts, right? Are you experts on being responsible scholars? So I brought my Husky Pup friend here with me, and I'm hoping maybe there's some folks here that can help us teach our Husky Pup some things that he needs to know to be responsible when he's at Park Terrace. Now, I know I have a couple of helpers out there in the crowd. Do I have any of my helpers who have one of my tips about being a responsible scholar? Come right on down. Can you tell me what you have there? What is this picture?
I have a pencil. I have a pencil.
That's right, and that pencil is going to help us remember something, right?
Stay on a task.
Staying on task. So staying on task is an important part of being a responsible scholar, right? Did you learn that with your teachers? Go ahead, can you stand with the Husky Pup so he can remember that? All right, I have another helper here. Can you tell me what your picture is? It's a trophy. And do you know what that trophy is going to help us remember to do?
Do your best.
Always do your best. So doing your best every day, your personal best when you come to school is a really important part of being responsible too. Can you stand with the Husky Pup?
This is being responsible.
All right, I have another one of my helpers. Now this is a tricky one. This is one we might not think about being responsible. Can you tell what your picture is?
Ready, darling?
It's food, it's lunch. It's a lunch tray, right? And so eating healthy meals, eating our breakfast here at school or at home, eating a good, healthy lunch can give our bodies the energy it needs and our brains the energy it needs to grow and be responsible at school. So eating healthy is responsible too. Great, can you sit with our Husky Pup? All right, we've got one more tip. Do you know what that picture is?
Coming to school to learn.
Coming to school ready to learn. It's a clock, right? To help us remember to come to school in the morning every day. Coming to school ready to learn, having our brains ready to think and grow at school is a very important part of being responsible. So go ahead over with our Husky Pup. So we have 4 things to help us remember to be responsible. To work hard, stay on task, always do our best, eat and drink healthy foods, and to come to school ready to learn. Let's give a round of applause to our little helpers here. Go ahead back to your class. Now, I know we all learned about being responsible, but we have a few people who were really standouts this month, and we have a special guest with us today to help us recognize responsible scholars. Can our special guest come forward?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Now, as I was walking out here, I could hear some of you shouting my name, because some of you know I am the Queen Bee of Park Terrace. But some of you may be seeing me today for the first time. Now, I became the Queen Bee of Park Terrace several years ago because I was always following the 3 Bs no matter where I was inside the school. If I was at recess time, if I was in gym, if I was in my classroom, I was always following the 3 Bs. I was always being safe, respectful, and responsible. Now, over the last few weeks, as I have been walking through the halls and I've been looking inside of your classrooms, I have noticed so many of you have been doing an extraordinary job following the 3 Bs, and some of you have worked extra hard at being responsible, and you have been chosen to receive the Scholar of the Month Award for Responsibility. And Mrs. Benjamin is going to be letting us know who those scholars are. So I first like to say congratulations to all of those scholars.
All right, if your name is called, we'll ask that you come up and meet the Queen Bee, and she will give you your certificate, and then you can sit right on the floor right over in this area. We'd like to have all of our scholars being recognized, all sitting in a group at the front of the assembly. Our first scholar in Mrs. Miller's pre-K is Andrew Malagisi. Andrew. Andrew was chosen for responsibility. He shows responsibility by taking care of his things and helping others in the class to be responsible as well. Our next from Mrs. Roberts' class is Omari Morales. Omari's very responsible. He works hard every day and he's helpful every chance he gets. In Ms. DeFranco's class, Blake Moss. Blake is a real asset to the kindergarten class. He is constantly showing responsibility with his body and takes ownership of his choices. And we are all very impressed with his ability to participate in the class discussions. Sarah Hemstreet. Sarah is a wonderful example of a responsible student. She comes to the classroom every morning with a bright smile on her face and remembers her folder and signs up for lunch. She takes her time and is careful with all of her schoolwork, and she's always lending a helping hand towards her friends when cleaning up. Spencer Betancourt. Spencer is a student that especially follows the 3B rule, being responsible. She sits and focuses on the carpet when the teacher is teaching and always raises her hand to share. Spencer is very responsible with her classroom assignments too. Kimberly Freeney. Kimberly is a model student. She comes to school every day prepared with her homework and folder, and she comes to school happy and ready to learn. Kimberly is respectful and always follows the classroom rules. Aaron Allard. Aaron has been very helpful and responsible to his classmates and teachers. Each morning he goes down and gets the students from breakfast and lunch for them. Adriana Daly. Adriana is a wonderful example of what being responsible looks like. She comes to school each day prepared with a smile on her face, And when a direction is given, Adriana is always the first to follow it and waits patiently for the others. Adriana stays on task and gets her work done. Jordan Coogan. Jordan is a very responsible first grader. He comes to school every day ready to work and learn. Jordan always does his best job on all of his assignments and completes everything in a timely fashion. Jordan took it upon himself to help one of his peers who was having a little difficulty reading. Zailani Gonzalez. Zailani has shown great responsibility so far in first grade. She comes in every day with her folder and already knows our routine. Lonnie cleans up her space and will even help sweep the room. Henry Kidwell. Henry walked into first grade with a smile and a positive attitude that brightens our classroom. He is a shining example of a responsible scholar. Henry's always ready with his materials and enjoys participating in discussions. Each day he helps his peers and works hard.
Very good girl, Joe. Maybe
Amelia Cavello. Amelia comes to school every day on time and ready to learn. She always participates in class and tries her best. She's a great role model to her peers and is always ready and willing to give a friend a helping hand. Cheyenne Adair. Cheyenne is off to a great start in second grade. She comes to school on time and prepared every day and is willing to try new things that can be difficult. Cheyenne has a very positive attitude and is always willing to brighten our day.
Yeah, we have to sit on the floor because we're the last ones in.
Daisy Baker. Daisy has adjusted well to second grade. She comes to school on time and is prepared and always ready to learn. Daisy always has a smile on her face and is helpful and kind. Daisy is a responsible role model for all. Gabe Fitzgerald. Gabe is off to a great start. He has picked up quickly on the daily routine, stays focused on instruction, participates, and follows directions the first time he is told. Gabriella O'Connell. Gabriella is off to a great start this year. She has shown responsibility by taking care of her things in the morning and getting right to work. Gabriella follows directions and tries her best. Adeline Campos. Adeline has had a wonderful start to the school year. She comes to school with a beautiful smile on her face and is ready for the day. She follows directions and is responsible for her classroom materials. She tries her best daily and is a pleasure to have. Brandon Hume. Brandon is a great role model in our classroom. He comes to school ready to learn each day. He follows directions and encourages others to do the same. Brandon is a very helpful friend.
Nice.
Let's give one more round of applause to all of our award winners. I am going to invite Mrs. Sweet up to share some honorees from the library.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Sweet, your librarian here at Park Terrace. and I have a couple of classes that I would like to recognize as a whole. So my first class is Miss Shannon's class. They come to the library and they follow the library rules. They sit nicely. My next class is Miss Russo's class. Miss Russo's class is kind and caring to other students that come in and listen to stories.
Nope, we're gonna be quiet. Maybe next month.
And my last class is Miss Tracy's class. Miss Tracy's class comes in and also follows the 3 B's of the library.
Thank you very much, and we'll have Mrs. Guslick come up with some honorees from the PE classes.
I bring my own microphone with me sometimes. All right, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mrs. Guslick. I'm your favorite gym teacher here at Park Terrace. And what I'm going to be giving out is the Golden Sneaker Trophy. For those of you who don't know what the Golden Sneaker Trophy is, each month that we have an assembly, I look for one class from each grade level that does their best at whatever I'm asking. So for example, this month, I looked for everybody in your class to bring their sneakers, and then I gave you a point. So for pre-K, the pre-K class with the most points, because they brought their sneakers the most, is Mrs. Miller's class.
Go up and get it.
Do you have anybody special you'd like to send up? There we go. Who's got it? Hey, and at the end of the month, I'm going to collect your trophies, so don't take these home, okay? In kindergarten, the kindergarten class that brought their sneakers the most is Mrs. Russo's class. Hooray, good job. Be careful with that. Gold is heavy.
We won.
For the K through 2 class, oh, you're doing this, I'm sorry. For the K through 2 class, Miss Shannon's class. Where'd you go? Hooray for Miss Shannon's class, good job. All right. Two more grade levels to go for first grade. We have Mrs. Mears' class. Hooray for Mrs. Mears' class. Good job. And for second grade, we have Mrs. Wilson's class. Good job, Mrs. Wilson's class. All right, stay tuned in gym class to listen for what we're trying to do for the next month. Good job. Bring your sneakers, everybody. Sneakers for everyone.
All right, we have a few more scholars to recognize, and we have some perfect attendance awards. So we have had lots of scholars coming to school every day, but a few standouts in each class have come every single day we have had school. So I am going to pass our microphone around, and each teacher is going to read aloud the names of those outstanding scholars who have been here every single day during September. And then there are certificates for you. You'll receive them in your classroom.
In my classroom, the children that got certificates for coming in just school every day is Alexis, Spencer, Lucas, Kalia, Molly, Grayson, Dakota, Vanessa, Anastasia, Rylan, Colton, and Landon.
Okay, in Mrs. Russo's class, we have Aria Allen, Jalissa Brown, Addison Gooding, Tristan Gray, Sarah Hemstreet, Nolan Longnecker, Elena O'Connell, Gary Singer, Lilith Tiley, and Braden Ward.
In my room, Miss Mary's room, Aaron Allard.
In my room, Mrs. Evart's room, I have Amelia Douglas, Daniel Love, and Ishan Singh.
In Miss Shannon's room, we have Giovanni, Brandon, and Blake. In Mrs. Pomeroy's room, we have Adeline, Nathan, Eden, Levi, Betsy, Isaiah, Samuel, and Carl.
In Mrs. Wheaton's first grade, we had Asher Betters, Viviana Vito, Henry Kidwell, Maisabel Martin, Miles Peasley, Casey Quackenbush, Sierra Rattray, Araya Robinson, Maverick Rossell, Cole Schrader, and Gabriel Wilson.
In Mrs. Wilson's class, we have 10 scholars: Tyler, Ella, Shayla, Vera, Yarlise, Silas, Jackson, Amia, Keegan, and Anna.
In Mrs. Naselli's classroom, we have Cheyenne Adair, Persephone Aldi, Travis Clemens, Riker Clisby, Lorenzo Cosme, Sierra DeCourcy, Rena Frick, Adeline Guzlick, Hayden Hansen, Parker Kelly, Ellie Klug, Cameron Lewis, Adeline Marshall, Aria Rigo, Eddie Tatum, Americus Warner, and Maddie Wilson.
In Mrs. Barbosa's room, we have Amelia Calvello, Paisley Carpenter, Jalissa Cook, Madeline Hart, Ronan Lewis, Nasha Rivera Cordero, and William Subik.
In Mrs. Tice's room, we have Daisy, Liliana, Ariana, Jasmine, Adeline, William, Angel, Jackson, James, Christian, Everly, and Kate.
In Miss Tracy's room, we have Ariana, Lonnie, Matthew, Mason, Madeline, Evan, Hunter, Marley, Maxwell, Lorelei, and Briella.
In Mrs. Jake's room, we have Lilith, Gage, Zayden, Amelia, Braden, Logan, Nala, Karina, Robert, Quinn, Jackson, and Kyrie.
In Mrs. Mears' class, we have Jordan, Salvatore, Holden, Liliana, Samuel, Isaac, Madeline, Arania, Jackson, and Sophia.
In Mr. Franco's class, we have Mila, Lily, Harper, Sophia, Brody, Maya, Jaylyn, Ava, Ellie, Isaiah, and Grace.
In Miss Roberts' room, we have Julia, Darby, Asher, Zoe, Gabriel, Maven, and Aaliyah.
In Miss Wachowski's room, we had Gretchen, Scarlett,
Jaden, Veronica, Elena, and Gunnar.
In Mrs. Miller's pre-K, we have Tegan, Gisella, Patty, Elizabeth, Oliver, Layla, Jenny, Andrew, Morgan, Amaya, Stacy, and Wyatt.
All right, thank you. And one more round of applause to all of our great attendance honorees. All right, and now I'm going to turn things over to Mrs. Macron, who is going to lead us in the school song.
Good morning. Good morning, scholars. The second half of our song is the exciting part, but we can't sing it with all our exuberance because it then becomes not beautiful. Thumbs up if you understand. So let's just practice this part, thinking and doing our hands. Hands up. Fantastic. Now let's see if we can still keep it beautiful while we sing. Friends who don't know our song, I will come around and make sure you know it by the next assembly. It's an echo song, so point to the person that goes first. And then point to yourself. You go second. Here we go. There stands a school, upon a hill, where the clouds roll by, and the breeze is cool, where the birds all sing, just like you and me. And Terrace is the school that makes the fairest on the hill. We learn to read. We learn to read. We learn to spell. We learn to spell. We work and play. We work and play. We go on. We go on another gorgeous. Give yourself a cheer.
All right, wonderful job, scholars. This is the conclusion of our assembly. We'll be gathering back together next month where we will be recognizing respectful scholars and all the learning about being respectful that you'll be doing during the month of October. I am going to have our teachers direct our dismissal back to class. Congratulations.